Welcome back.
What's up, fam?
We are gonna share today about our story of how we lost our beloved Dixie Bear. But before we do that, I just wanted to say thank you to all of you for commenting, for sending us messages, and for just being so sweet and sending so much love and prayers and comfort in such a hard time. It's been so cool to see that, like, we started Never Ends Now to document us doing things we've never done, but now we have this whole community of people who like actually love us and care about us. And so I just wanted to say thank you for everybody who messaged. We've read every single one, and I try to like them so you know I've read it and stuff. So just thank you so much for being so kind and loving us.
We appreciate it. It means a lot. It definitely doesn't go unnoticed. Good people watching our channel. We really appreciate that. In terms of stuff on our channel, we, like Aspen said, are here to document life and all the things that we've never done before. A lot of the time, it's really happy, enjoyable things, but sometimes there are some nevers that we wish would never end. This one is the first time that we've lost a family pet. We've never had that happen before. And it's sad, but it's okay. We're gonna talk about it. So, Never Ends Now. Check it out.
I used to look up at the stars and get jealous of the sky, and I wonder what it's like to get to hold them every night, and how they first met and what it must have been like. Did they know it was the start of a lifetime? 'Cause I never felt so alive. The spark is turning into a wildfire. Let's burn like the stars and leave it all behind. This is the start of a lifetime.
I remember a little before I took Dixie on her final walk. I was down on the floor, just rubbing her belly while Aspen was holding Rainy, and I just said, "Dixie, you're such a good dog. You're just like everything that I wanted to have in a dog. You make me so happy, and you do so many good things." And just trying to be a good dog owner with Aspen being more involved, taking care of Rainy. I was gonna go take her on a walk. So I did, got her all harnessed up, got the leash on, got down, and my plan was to just do a little loop, kind of around our neighborhood. The little bear, she'd been locked up all day, so I was just like, I'll let her run a little bit, let her get her energy out. So I made the mistake of taking her off the leash, and she did good for quite a while until it had gotten dark and there was kind of a place where the trail and the road curved side by side, and kind of created a blind corner on either way, coming both ways the traffic could come. And that was when she decided to take a jaunt into the oncoming traffic, and the car coming didn't have a way to stop. So that was how we lost Dixie, and it was kind of I don't know, in the moment I just kind of detached and dealt with it, but the following days I realized how hard it was to witness that and to have that experience.
Drake was getting ready to leave and I was feeding Rainy, and I just had this feeling to say to you before you left, be safe. And then I was like, oh my gosh, obviously he'll be safe. Like, we live in a really safe neighborhood, so I didn't. And I like always regret that now. I'm like, oh, like maybe if I would have said that, then something would have been different. But then Drake came home and I didn't have my phone, and he had tried to call me a few times because of the accident, and I didn't answer. And so he came in and he was like all quiet, and Dixie wasn't with him, and I was like, where's Dixie? And he's like just kind of like scrambling, and I was like, where's Dixie? And I was like, is she in the backyard? And then that's when he's like, well, her body is. And then that's when I lost it, and I was like, what? Like, are you joking? And he's like, I really wish I was. And I was just like so mad and like so sad, and I just like ran in the backyard and I just like held her, and Drake was like trying to be tough and like trying to figure out like, okay, well, we gotta bury her, we gotta do this, we gotta do that, and I was just like losing my mind. I just remember being in the shower and just like bawling and so mad that like he didn't have her on the leash and all this stuff. But then it was just like so crazy because all of a sudden like all of that left, and I just had like so much compassion for you in that moment. I was like so grateful that like out of the two of us, like I didn't have to see her die and stuff. And then I just was like felt so bad for him having to carry that burden and that weight. And then you came in the bathroom, and that's when I was like, I just need him to know like I don't blame him, and I am not mad at him, and like I forgive you for everything. And so I made that clear and kind of like composed ourselves to the best of our ability. And then thankfully Rainey just kept sleeping, and we had the baby monitor on, and then we went out into the backyard and got her favorite place that she loved to dig in. And we're like, okay, this is where we're gonna put her. And so we just like started digging and stuff. But yeah, then like he said, we got all of her favorite things because she like loves to steal Rainey's pinkies, and she just throws them up in the air. Like, we have this video, it's like one of our last videos of her and stuff, and she's like throwing it in the air. She's so happy, she loves it so much. So I like put that in there with her, and her favorite stick and a bone, and I had this Christmas bear that Drake gave me when we were dating, and she had stolen it and taken it outside and destroyed it. So I was like, okay, we'll put it all with you. So obviously, you know that they say like funerals are not for the dead, they're for the living and stuff. So obviously like it was more closure for me putting all those things in, but it just was like, I was just like trying to honor like her memory the best way I could.
A lot of emotional things that probably if Aspen wouldn't have been there, or if I would have just been who I used to be, like especially before I was married, I would have not gone through a lot of the same emotional pathways and stuff that I had this time. But you know, I was able to open up a little bit and like express the way I was feeling and like the things that were hard for me. And I'd never really done that before. Probably because I never really had anyone that I wanted to do that for, you know. But I just knew that it would be better for me, and especially it would be better for Aspen if she like saw that I cared, right?
Yeah, for sure. So,
along with a lot of other things, not taking risks with things you love, putting a leash on the dog, you know, those were a lot of lessons that I learned from this experience. I don't know, I guess I'm just grateful that Dixie kept on giving even though she wasn't there anymore.
Obviously, we encourage people to go live life and try new things, but with life comes hardship and trials, and so we wanted to show that like there's things to learn. And like Drake said, he really has like opened up and become like more vulnerable with your emotions, which is like so new for both of us, but it's like I appreciate it a lot. And I think for me the coolest thing is this week I've just been like processing through my emotions and stuff, and like I said, I was so mad at first, and I was like, why wasn't she on a leash and all these things. But it's been so cool to see like I honestly like don't blame you and I'm not mad at you at all. And like, it's been so cool to see that I'm able to have like compassion and turn out when it's like all I want to do is be mad and like turn in and sulk and, you know, just focus on me and how I feel. But I've been able to like have compassion and turn out and stuff. And this week for our church, our congregation, we were studying the New Testament, and this whole week it was about like Christ and him being born to Mary and Joseph. And there's this line that really stuck out to me. It was like, in Mary and Joseph, they invited Jesus into their story. Like, you learn about them and then Jesus comes into their story. And that's just like been really resonating with me. It's like, this story sucks and I hate that it's our story now, you know, but it's been cool to see like Jesus come into our story and help me with like my broken heart and help me forgive and help me be able to have compassion and turn out, you know. And so I think above anything, that's what I'm most grateful for and most thankful that I learned is like in my hard story, like I've been able to see Jesus come into my story, invite him in it with us.
Absolutely. That I can definitely speak to that as well in terms of feeling comforted with the Spirit of the Lord and knowing that Jesus is there to uplift and support. And, for anyone struggling, that's my advice, is just to let Jesus in. I think that's how I'm able to get through things quickly. I don't know, I'm not an emotional person. Obviously, I'm not misty-eyed or anything right now, but I think that's kind of how I don't get bogged down by my hardships and my emotions and those things, as quickly as I can take it to Christ and have it be sorted through that way.
Yeah, I totally agree.
He's a miracle worker. He does it
really
best.
is. And I think for our marriage too, like this is something that could have like really torn us apart, but in the end, like it's helped us come closer together. Like we've had really good, open, honest, humble conversations with each other about how we feel, and we've been able to sort through it. And that's something that's not always been easy for us, and I feel like it's because we're like trying to do it together, not let the hardship bring us down, but lift us up. So speaking of lifting up, we just want to share like our favorite Dixie memories or things about her, because she really was like the best freaking dog. Like she was so happy, she loved everybody, and she was just like the best thing in the world. So I will start. I think my favorite thing about Dixie was just like how energetic she was. You would leave for like 5 minutes and come back and she really would be like so pumped to see you. She's just like, oh my gosh, like you're home, and you're like, I just went to the mail, you know. She just was like such a happy dog and just was always trying to please you, you know. She just like wanted you to love her, and it was just like the cutest, funnest thing. And she'd just come, and it, like the littlest things made her happy. You'd give her an ice cube and she was like overjoyed, or a spoonful of peanut butter and she was thrilled, or like scratch her butt and she was like, oh my gosh, you know, just like, oh, I just loved her. She was just so happy. And so I'm happy to know that she was on a walk. She, you know, she was doing what she loved the most right before she passed away.
For sure, she was. We got mini Australian Shepherds. We still have Zion.
Yes.
We need to clarify that.
We do have Zion.
Zion's
He's just
still
at my dad's.
And the reason we got them was because we wanted to have an adventurous lifestyle. We figured that these dogs would be adventurous. They definitely were, and Dixie embodied that a lot. I think one of my favorite memories of her, I think it might have been one of the first times we had her around peanut butter. Because I love peanut butter. So I love how much Dixie loved peanut butter and enjoyed peanut butter. That was our connection. I would come home, and if she'd been a good girl, I'd get her a spoonful of peanut butter and put some in her toy. So overall, that's probably my favorite thing about Dixie. But I think my favorite memory is we we had a video about it when we went to the Zion's clamping thing.
Oh yeah.
And she just embraced her full adventure dog self. She would run all over that camp.
She was pumped.
Find everything, find everyone. And, she was good because we knew Zion was always a little questionable, but I remember with Dixie we could like let her go. She would run around and say, "All right, come back, dogs." And Dixie would always be.
She would always come back again.
She was a really, really good dog. She had a flaw. She chewed up a lot of stuff.
She did.
She
chew
stole
everything.
a lot of stuff.
I know. You'd be like, "Where are my socks?" Dixie had them.
Yeah, buried in the backyard. But she was a good dog. She brought a lot of happiness to our lives.
Yeah, we love her. So we just wanted to dedicate this video to her and just have a place to look back, and especially like to share with all of you. Like, life sucks sometimes and it's really hard and it like breaks your heart, but there's like silver linings to it all, and there's a reason to keep going, basically.
Absolutely. Life is a roller coaster. I think anyone who has been alive for very long can tell you that. There's lots of hard times, really good times, and as always, life is out there,
so go live it.
We love you guys. See you again soon.